The charges allege that Mario Edgardo Garcia Aquino, on that date of March 28, 2025, murdered Omar Hernandez in Lancaster. Mr. Garcia Aquino was his soccer coach. And on that day, Omar Hernandez went up to Lancaster to see Mr. Garcia Aquino.
This kid.
2 days later, he was reported missing. And on April 2nd, 2025,
he want to play soccer. That's all he want to do. He just want to play soccer. He just want to play soccer. That's it. And then you got these evil adults trying to complicate his existence. All he want to do is be 13 and play soccer. But the devil don't want to let him play ball. He got other plans for him. It's sad, man.
Last week, his body was found in Oxnard off a road near Leo Carrillo State Beach. We have also announcing the charges again, separate charges, against Mr. Garcia Aquino from a February 22nd, 2024 felony of assault with intent to commit a lewd act against a different individual, a 16-year-old young man in Palmdale.
He couldn't help himself.
Mr. Garcia Aquino faces at least life without the possibility of parole on the murder charge and 6 years in prison with respect to the felony count of assault with intent to commit a lewd act. These cases are tragic, and the Hernandez family, you have our deepest sympathy for a loss that words cannot even begin to describe.
So we're looking at 3 different victims right now, guys. Three different victims. All right. It's a kid from 2024, 16-year-old, and then there's another one that I think happened earlier this year, and then unfortunately it's Omar. And they just was now finally able to put everything together after Omar lost his life. I'm sorry to bring you this bad news, but I think it's good news that this man is finally off the streets and he's finally going to pay the price that he deserves. Big shout out to the person who told me to cover this. I really do appreciate it. It's very sad and very tragic, but I hope that Omar's family gets the support that they need and they deserve, and I hope that they can make it through this. I don't like harping on these families, but we have to talk about the reality of what happened so that we could save lives. We have to say, hey, that was a bad decision to send your child 3.5 hours away to meet this guy that you really didn't know like that. That wasn't a good decision. It wasn't smart, just so that he could paint a jersey and make some money doing odd work with this guy with no supervision. Now, if they just said, go with your older brother, I'd be like, okay, no problem. If the older brother and Omar ended up deceased, I would never blame the family because they sent an older young adult with the young son to chaperone. And if this guy was going to end them, he was going to end them. There's nothing to stop bad people from doing bad things. The only thing we can do is to make it harder for them, to make it more difficult, and to be cautious and protective of our own. So if they just sent him with the older brother and this tragedy still happened, it would be no blame. They did the right thing. People have to live. Children have to explore. You sent him with an older brother. It just didn't work out. But they sent this kid 3.5 hours by himself. It's just not smart in any measure, okay? And we could just sit there and be very victim forward and victim centric, which is always the right way if you're dealing with the victims. But we could sit here and not talk about that and just let that be the elephant in the room. Or in our platform, separated from this family, we could talk that real talk that could maybe educate another family not to make the same mistake. Maybe that family's watching this show right now and they're listening to Strategic, a detective telling them that's not smart, don't do that. And they've got a trip plan to send a loved one to see somebody that they really don't know. And they're going to say, you know what? I saw what happened on Omar. I saw what Strategic had to say about it. I'm not going to do that, right? It's just not a smart thing to do. And look what ended up happening. And look how many families before Omar in that community decided that that was a smart thing to do. 2 other families thought that it was smart to allow their sons to go spend the night at this man's house. It was not a smart thing to do. And now we have 3 victims, and one of them is no longer with us. So that's why I talk tough like this. I'm not trying to hurt anybody.